Today's video is sponsored by Rocket Money. In the coding. This is way off topic, but the smell of this one actually reminded me of the smell of Harry Potter World in Universal. Today we are at my favorite place in the world outside of Harry Potter World. I'm going to use my years of research at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Orlando. I'm telling you, it smells like Harry Potter World. It smells like when you walk through the bricks of Diagon Alley. You just get a whiff of like the leaky cauldron on your left. The leaky cauldron on your left. The leaky cauldron on your left. We're finally here.
Hello my peeps from the Universal Orlando Resort, and welcome back to the channel. We are here for one thing and one thing only, and that being Butterbeer. Butterbeer is something that everybody's heard of, whether you've read the books, watched the movies, or not. And in my opinion, there is only one place that has perfected it, that being right behind me. So today, we are here to get a baseline and then compare that to the internet's best Butterbeer iterations, see which one comes the closest or which one might be even better. I have no allegiance after all. This is not sponsored. I am not here with their permission or approval, so I think we should go do the thing.
A lot of mock recipes you find online is just 90% cream soda, and I don't think that's what this is. I get equal parts of vanilla and caramel. At least no cream soda I've ever had tastes like this. I've also got the frozen version here. As you know, I'm team frozen. I think this one's even better. Either way, I've been looking forward to this video for months. I cannot wait to get into this, so let's get right into this one. Okay, so we've got 3 different recipes to try today, all of which are using different ingredients and different levels of difficulty. But before I can get started on any of them, I gotta give a shout out to today's sponsor, Rocket Money. Rocket Money is an all-in-one finance platform that helps you save more and spend less. You can lower your bills simply by uploading photos, tapping a button, and letting Rocket Money negotiate them for you, from internet service bills to cable and phone bills. You can safely and securely identify recurring charges and cancel unwanted subscriptions with just a tap. If you're like me and despise sitting on the phone or trudging through websites looking for cancel buttons, you can let Rocket Money do all that hard work for you. And recently, I've had to learn the hard way that budgeting while in a relationship can prove to be extremely difficult, so Rocket Money has been a godsend to me. They help you automatically monitor your spending by category, get friendly notifications when you've exceeded them, and visualize your spend to earn ratio by month, quarter, or year. So if you would like to try out Rocket Money for free and unlock even more features with premium, you can click the link in the top line of the description or scan the QR code on screen right now and go to rocketmoney.com/David Seymour. And of course, thank you so much to Rocket Money for supporting the channel. Up first today is the simplest version of the Butterbeer, and it is from kidsactivitiesblog.com, and you will need some cream soda and butterscotch topping, as well as some butter and some heavy cream. And now that we're back in my kitchen and doing some cooking, let me just say I am so excited. I'm so happy to be back. The break I took over the past month was amazing, of course. I look forward to it every year. It's a nice way to just settle down, relax, recharge. But I'm fully back and fully motivated. I've got so many good ideas for videos this year. Thank you all for coming back to the channel too. I know that's never guaranteed. And to those of you who are asking if I died, nope, I'm good. Thank you for your morbid concerns. But as I said, this first recipe could not be any simpler. You've got to whip up some plain heavy cream with nothing added to it. You've got to mix together your butter, butterscotch topping, and the soda, and then just top it off with a generous dollop of the whipped cream. I kind of wish there was more to this, but it is a 10-minute recipe, so let's give it a shot. Opening thoughts are excited, but a little bit skeptical. I'll just rip the band-aid off right away. This is not the one. The topping is not good. It's literally just unflavored cream that was whipped way too firmly. I only did that because that's what she said to do in the recipe. And in my opinion, it's supposed to be way softer and smoother and be able to mix in with that liquid easier. The liquid itself is not bad, but it's even sweeter than the Universal one, if you can imagine. And it's way more artificial tasting. That's probably because that Smucker syrup is kind of just flavored and dyed corn syrup. And my least favorite part of this is the layer of full-on butter at the top of this that you could see floating in the last few clips. It also looks a little curdled, which is kind of gross. And the first half of that first sip was literally just a mouthful of butter. Not awful, especially with how easy it was, but not good. And as I said, definitely not the one. For level 2 of today's Butterbeer excursion, we've got Babish's version from his Harry Potter special, and you will need some butterscotch schnapps and some heavy cream, sugar and water, as well as some cream soda, vanilla bean paste, and an egg. Now, a couple of things with this one. Number one, I upgraded our cream soda slightly to more match the version that he uses in his video. I was also happy to see that this time around, the cream soda is only going to account for about 40 to 50% of the overall beverage rather than 80 or 90. I whipped up a quick, simple syrup, of course being with equal parts of water and sugar, and we're gonna put about a half an ounce of that in our shaker along with all of our other ingredients, the vanilla paste, the heavy cream and schnapps, as well as an egg white. This always used to freak me out a little bit when I saw a bartender put a raw egg in a drink. Obviously this doesn't see any heat, this is not pasteurized. I do realize that it's relatively harmless, especially if you're in a different country where your food standards are a little bit higher than in the US. Maybe that's why it's a lot less popular now than it used to be even a couple years ago. But once that's all mixed up and frothy, you're gonna pour a little bit over your soda and you are done. With a little bit of patience, I was eventually able to get all of our mixture in with the soda. It also maintained plenty of the bubbles and the froth. It looks pretty decent, so let's give it a try. I've been this pale this whole time. My early thoughts to this one is that it's a little inconsistent. It looks nothing like a butterbeer, how you would imagine it, not even the glass, but the smell, unbelievable. Oh man. That's it. This is it. Shut the rest down. This is incredible. I wish it looked a little better. It does not look that great. I'm sure a different glass would help a little bit, a mug or some kind of stein. But the flavor of this is, it is the most delicious texture you can imagine. It is super creamy and velvety. And the best part is the flavor. I'm just gonna say it. It is equal parts of that vanilla, caramel, buttery, scotchy. It hits every level, everything you want in a butterbeer. This is to die for. I can't get over it. If you've ever had that one from Universal, I would describe this as the perfectly elevated version of that. It's a little less sweet and then dialed up on everything else. There's no artificial aftertaste. There's no thinking this is just a soda. There is no way anything is gonna beat this. I'm just gonna put this out there now, but let's see if this last recipe can even come close. And lastly on the slate today is the final boss of butterbeers. It is a full-on English buttered beer from the year 1588, as demonstrated from the channel How to Drink. And you will need lots of ale beer, as well as some butter, some turbinado sugar and fresh ginger, whole nutmeg and whole cloves, and a bunch of eggs. Which brings me to my next point. There's been a lot that has changed the last time I have seen you guys, even though it was only a couple weeks ago. I feel like it is now an accurate indication of somebody's wealth based on how many eggs are currently in their fridge at any given time. The same goes for butter, really. So any recipes like this, where we're using 5 whole eggs, a whole stick of butter for one little drink, the wallet is gonna be feeling it a lot more than it used to. And of course, being that this is the third and final recipe, of course, it's gonna be the most involved as well. I started by heating up 4 beers. That's about 3 pints or 48 ounces. These, of course, are 12-ounce bottles. And then to those, I added some whole cloves, some freshly grated ginger and nutmeg. And then right alongside that, I began whipping up my 5 eggs, as well as a cup of that sugar. This is a pretty gnarly recipe overall, and I'm a little intimidated, I won't lie to you. I knew that hot beer was a thing, but if I had it my way, I would have always steered clear of it. And based on the smell and look of this, my premonitions may prove to be true. This kind of smells like an old dirty bar or like a stale beer stand at a sports venue. I'm hoping that all the additions we threw in there, the spices and the ginger, will mask some of that. And once your egg mixture is brought up to temp and then included in your pot, you have to dunk in an entire stick of butter Allow that to melt down a little bit. And then you're pretty much there. Now, I was about to use the largest mug I had on hand, which is this rank putrid sports team. But I couldn't do it. I don't want to be looking at this logo any more than I already have to, so I'll have to settle for this one instead. And once I had that guy topped up and finished off with another sprinkling of your grated nutmeg, this one's ready to go. I have a lot of thoughts. I will keep them to myself for now, but let's give the final recipe today a shot. Once again, I'm a little freaked out by the very obvious layer of butter just sitting at the top of this. I like the idea of including butter in these, but are they necessary? I also don't know if the camera can pick it up, but I don't love the floating debris throughout there either. Hotter than I expected. Whoa. I do like the temperature of this one. I was kind of imagining if the last one was warm like this, it would be even better too. And the flavor's kind of wild. I've never tasted anything like this before, but I don't hate it. I am a fan of beer. And basically everything else that's in this, it's just very unique. Oh!
I told you I was dressing up.
I thought you were kidding. Damn, I'm underdressed.
Hey, you put up.
Oh my god.
Some pressure.
This is the perfect timing. I'm actually very curious to see your reaction to this. Sip it, it'll come.
Wow. I don't know how to explain it, you know.
Right? I also didn't say, I don't love the pieces of very clearly raw ginger you have to chew on at times.
There's ginger in there.
It's not bad though.
No, I just don't want to describe it.
Alright, stay right here, don't move. I cannot be shown up on my own channel. Move it over.
So this is, what, King Henry V's, what'd you say? The one that chopped his wives' heads off?
King Henry VIII. I don't know if that makes a difference with your
It does.
head chopping.
Yes, it does.
A two-door recipe.
I think he was the one chopping the heads.
This was the first one I made. I'm not gonna tell you anything about it actually.
Oh.
I knew you were gonna hate it.
Oh.
Very sweet.
Nasty.
Okay, now this one, which now looks like
Milk.
milk.
Better. Still a little too much butterscotch going on.
Get the hell out of here. Dude, that is good. And there's only 2 ounces
I
of
said it was good.
butterscotch liqueur. That's the only butterscotch happening. It's not as good as before because it kind of settled weirdly, but this is good.
King Henry VIII, the two-door.
You like that one more than this one?
With the headless wives. Yeah,
well,
it's
you don't
good.
even like the one in the park. Really?
Do they have a bar in Hogwarts?
I don't think so.
In Hogsmeade, you gotta go to the Hogsmeade bar.
I'm gonna go to Hogshead.
This would be the one I hope was waiting for me after a long day of wizardry.
You rehearse this? I do hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, leave us a big old like. It helps a lot. Thank you so much to Rocket Money for making this video possible. Thank you all for coming back to the channel and allowing me to have a little bit of a break. Follow us over on Instagram and Twitter if you do not already. The links are down in the description. Other than that, we'll see you next time. Right?
Yeah. Share and subscribe.
Peace.
Oh wait, it's not share.
Share. You know what? The spirit was there. And they could share it. Why not? Share with your friends.
Like and subscribe.
Bye, guys.
With the M without the AD. Flipping burgers and my money super lazy. Try and make a meal tonight, they ain't paying me. Try and supersize my life with my 18. Yeah, our style wasn't wavy, but we had a vision.
Lingarium Leviosa. No. Leviosa. Leviosa? Leviosa. I don't know. Anyways. Ooh. That's some interesting ale.